Good morning, Boquete. Good morning, Chiriquí. This is Dr. Shannon Tour, and you're listening to Talking with Your Doctor. It's a beautiful, beautiful day out today. Very sunny, nice breeze. It almost looks like we're turning the corner into summertime. Keep your fingers crossed. We could use a break from all that rain. Today is International Volunteer Day. So thank you to all the volunteers out there. There's been so many lately with all the flooding and everything happening. So my guests today have to do with volunteering and helping in the community. Today I have Day Stefanelli and her husband Al Stefanelli on the show. You know Al. Everybody knows Al. He has his program on Friday mornings, Boquete Now. Hi Al, hi Day, how are you guys doing?
Great, fantastic to be here.
Well, thank you for being on the show today.
And always good to see you.
I know, we just don't see enough of each other except for right here.
I know, right?
Well, there's a reason for that.
Gotta be safe.
Yeah, there's a reason for that. As you know, the cases have gone up.
Way up.
in the last months. Yes, they have been doing much more testing, over 10,000 tests a day normally. But the percentage rate of positive has gone up as well.
Right.
And that's what we're looking at. We're not looking at, okay, well, there's more cases because there's more tests. No, there's also a higher positivity rate, which
Yes.
means out of all those tests they're doing, they're finding a lot more positives.
Yeah, percentage-wise. Yeah.
Yeah, percentage-wise. So that means, come on, guys, just hang in there a little longer. They're getting this vaccine out. I know not everybody believes in the vaccine, but those that do and can, please get your vaccine when it is available,
Yes.
especially if you have health conditions, are over 60, or I think they're even saying over 55, something like that.
They went down, yeah.
Yeah.
I think 50-50. I think it's still 60 for women.
Uh-huh.
It kind of lines up with the pensionado.
It seems to,
ages,
huh?
right?
It
Yeah.
does.
I think they know us guys. We're a lot less responsible.
Well, the wives will drive the guys over to the clinic
Right.
to get their vaccines. No, they're not here yet. We're hoping soon. Come on, guys, you can do it. I know you can. Wear your mask, wash your hands.
Otherwise, we're going to get spanked again.
Yeah.
Government's been putting out their little notices. We don't want to, but confinement is an option. And
We will do it.
curfews, yeah.
Curfews, dry laws. And nobody wants to be under that again. Just hang in there, guys. I know you can do it. Now, the reason we're here, we want to talk about an organization you guys are both helping out with. Is it your organization, Feed Estrella?
It's a consortium of gringos.
There
and
is no
gringas.
official organization. Just a bunch of friends got together and discussed some needs and
Okay.
went, we think we can help. And that's how it started. And it's, wow, talk about a snowball.
First of all, where is Estrella, the community of Estrella?
Way up Jaramillo.
Okay.
Yeah.
Up
Yeah,
in the mountains, way up
it's-
high in Jaramillo.
Yeah, you
Past
go up.
Lucero, turn left, keep going.
Okay.
And
So,
when the road
needless
stops,
to say,
and it stops being a road, and more or less a loose collection of stones pointing in one direction,
Keep going.
then you keep going.
okay.
Yeah.
All right, so it's way out there. They probably don't have a whole lot of the necessities such as running water, electricity, proper housing, proper schools.
So that's how we kind of ended up adopting this school is because they are mostly indigenous. They are way up and inaccessible to a lot. And so they were getting some of their monthly allotment, but not all of it.
Right.
And so I went up there to actually help with Katrina's class on spading and neutering for the Animales Clinic. We're trying to
Katrina
teach
Nebo.
families just through Animales. Here's the proper pet care. Spade and neuter. 3-foot chain on concrete is probably, it's not good for the dog.
Not the best thing for the dog,
So
yeah.
that's how all this started is I went up there. But what I saw, and good night, the kids, like one came out and greeted us and he made this entire speech. It was in Spanish, I didn't know, but he was very on it. He knew word for word, and then they carried our stuff in and they loaded us out, and he got to wear the little vest of the ambassador of the school. So they take this very seriously. They like their education. They get fed twice a day, simple things.
Right, at the school
At the
normally.
school.
Yeah.
But since the school shut down and they are not getting their meals, their parents are out of work, so some families have had to move in together and do things, and the director reached out and was like, hey, we need help.
Yeah.
And so this...
And sometimes they only eat once a day.
Right.
Right.
And that's the biggest, when Al went and did an interview a while back before a lot of this happened, the biggest thing is they said we need food and clothes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
There-
ask a teenager. The kid
Yeah.
was like 13 or 14. What's the what do you want most? And from a expat point of view, you would think it would be like I want a bicycle, I
An
want
Xbox.
an Xbox. And here's this teenager said, food and clothing.
Right.
Which is, that means they are thinking, everybody, what we need for this community.
Yeah.
Several
Yeah.
families, so when we sent out this survey through the directors, because they are very remote, but they're a tight
Yeah.
community, because they're
Yeah.
even past the school.
Yeah.
So we had to work through the director and translate everything, and we want to help through Christmas to make sure, you're all fed first and foremost.
Right. That's
And
most
if-
important.
And if possible, each child has at least one gift to rip open Christmas morning. So they sent back, and there were, of course, you ask some kids, what do you want? And they're going to say a computer, a tablet, a TV, a bicycle,
yeah.
whatever. But
Well, right now it's really important
Right.
that they have the
Right,
radios
because
or
they-
computers so
Right.
they can
see,
do
they
the
don't
classes.
have school supplies right now. And so some of them were like, school supplies, we need school supplies. Others, but several mattresses for the kids because
Right.
the kids are sleeping on the floor, and this is so it's very eye opening. Like several, I want a doll.
No.
You know what I'm saying? These
Yeah.
are 8 and 9-year-old girls. I want a doll.
I want a doll. And the boys are probably, I want a truck.
They
or
want
a
soccer
balls,
balls.
so
A
Soccer
lot of
balls,
requests
yes.
for soccer balls.
Yes, that's the main sport.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's easy. You don't need much equipment, just the ball.
No, so here's what we also learned. Is we've been doing this about a year and a half now. It was just extra food for the school. We've been helping with some repairs at the school. They didn't have hot running water. Their pipes and anyway. So we've been here and there piecing together things. Is when we did this last Christmas, which we did very unorganized and chaotic, but it got done.
Right.
Every time somebody would open a toy, well, now 5 kids are playing with it. They share so much better than we do.
Oh, so much
So
better
if you
than
give
us.
one
Yeah.
kid a soccer ball, he's going to play with the other 10 kids in his neighborhood.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
don't just hold it, this is mine.
Yeah.
kind of thing.
It's for everybody.
Yes,
It's for
yes.
everybody.
It's the community soccer ball.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, you can't play soccer all by yourself.
Yeah. So, but they're lovely kids. Several of them, the older ones, when I was in there several different times helping with whatever we were doing at the time, they want me to teach them the English words. But I need to learn the Spanish words. So, I'd be like, what is this? Verde. Oh, green. But several are like, English, por favor. Okay. Because they want to know.
They want to learn.
They're
wanna
curious.
learn,
They're
yeah.
very
Yeah.
curious, very autistic.
Most kids want to
artistic,
learn.
not autistic. Sorry.
No, I understand that. But yeah, no, the kids really do want to learn. They want, even just a little battery operated radio. I was coming back from Panama yesterday. I had to take care of some business in Panama, and I flipped through the radio. There's not a whole lot on when you're going through the mountains.
Yeah.
But about 3 stations came on, different stations, giving English class to the kids.
Oh,
And I
awesome.
thought that was neat. Yeah, and I assume this is put on by the Ministry of Education,
Yeah.
and they have some online classes for those that don't have access to computers and stuff.
Or,
they
or
listen on
even
the radio.
signal. A lot of those,
Right.
remote interior communities. There's no Wi-Fi.
They ri-
Yeah, there's no.
They rely on radios to
Yeah.
get their news,
Right.
or word of mouth.
Yeah.
Those that go and work in town and then go back up home at the end of the week, they bring back news.
Yeah.
Right.
But they don't have TVs for the most part.
Right.
They don't have computers. They might have cell phones, but that doesn't mean there's signal over there.
Right.
Well, we had so we wanted pictures to go on the Angel Tree program we've been doing. So what we did was sent to the director, and there are certain families that do have a cell phone. So they were going around taking pictures of the other families on their cell phone that didn't have a cell phone.
Okay.
So they
those
could send
need
us
stuff.
photos.
Okay. Okay. And this angel tree, what is it?
So the Angel Tree thing, I mean, technically it's not closed out because we haven't delivered it yet. We
Okay.
deliver on the 17th, and we still have 3 families hanging out there. But we've raised enough and done enough that no matter what, all these families are getting taken care of. But so many people here have been just phenomenal.
Do you pick a gift off the tree? Do you
So a
just,
family is on our tree, and you come up and you decide what family, because some have 1 kid and some have 7. You decide what family you'd like to sponsor depending on what your budget is.
Right.
And the request we make is at least food enough for a week,
Okay.
and they usually stretch it more than that.
They do.
So they get
They
their
tend to
monthly
eat, yeah.
food allotment, and then at least 1 gift for every child under 18 to open.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the requests when you sponsor a family. So like a family with 1 child, you can do for like $75 and have plenty of stuff. Because we have a hookup with Brunia, and she does prepackaged food. She grocery shops for you. You just pay for a bag, and she hands you the bag.
so you don't have to do anything.
And actually,
Yeah.
we'll pick up the bag. So you don't.
Yeah.
You just, if you can do it, if you don't want to do the shopping. Other people are like, no, I want to shop. Okay, then you shop. Some people just want to shop for the
some
fun
people,
presents.
yeah, some people want to do the toys or the
Right.
clothes or the
Right.
shoes,
Yeah.
but
Right.
not the food, because the food's kind of
It's boring.
yeah, and nobody knows what to get.
Well, that's what's great about what Carolina's done at Brunia for
Yeah.
us is she's like, no, I know what the local Panamanians and indigenous buy all the time.
Yeah.
I know what they eat. I
Because
know
they
their
go
taste.
there. They go
right.
to the store.
And she's been wonderful.
And she's been
Yeah.
fantastic.
Yeah.
So, so that's basically, they adapt that family, and by a certain date, and at first it was December 1st, but then we moved back our delivery date.
Yeah.
So now, as long as I have everything by the 15th, because the loading and the prepping is on the
Okay.
16th, we drive up on the 17th in a huge caravan, because this is a lot of stuff.
And how do they find a family to apply for sponsorship?
Okay, so we contacted the director, and all of the 35 families involved in this school sent in their sheet of ages, sizes, genders, needs or wants, any of that on a sheet with all the children listed and how many in the household. And so we put all that, Sarah did, to an Excel spreadsheet. And so when you say, I want to sponsor this family, I give you their demographics. I give you, here's where we shop and what we supply every month. Here's some great stores that have children's items, clothing, if you don't know, if you're not familiar. We make it as easy as possible. We really do. Like, I've shopped for 7 families now.
Wow.
Because some people are like, I ain't shopping, here's cash. Okay. We'll
Well,
shop.
that happens with the Red Cross too, and,
Yeah.
and you guys did a lot of the shopping for people that were making donations.
Right.
They wanted to help out. They
Right.
wanted it to go to Boquete. They wanted it to go to Volcan. They wanted it to go to here and there.
Right.
And you guys helped out. Just went out and did everything, and just dropped it off.
Here,
We
and this community was 35 families. How many kids?
136 kids are under 18
136 kids.
that we are helping.
It's a tiny little community, but lots and
Lots of
lots of
children.
kids.
Lots of kids, yeah.
And
Yeah.
they need, for their growing brains and bodies, they need nutritious food.
They do.
And that's the most important, so that they can study. They need their brains functioning full throttle.
And then somebody else reached out to us and they're like, they need school supplies. So I need all the ages of the kids in school, the school-age children. They're stuffing stockings with school supplies
Nice.
for every school-age child. So every school-age
Great,
child
that's
is
awesome.
getting school
They're going to be
supplies.
so squared away this Christmas.
Yes.
They are. They are. And
They-
this community, it just
It never
blows
stops.
my mind.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it never
You know,
stops.
it doesn't matter if there's 8 things going on.
Yeah.
And if you're the 9th thing that comes in,
Yeah.
you know, you might
They're
be saying,
still,
they're just, it's
exactly.
like, they're so generous. And even like what they said, you don't got to do the shopping.
Right.
You know, just we're trying to make it as easy as possible. And then you still get, no, I want to do the shopping. I want to go out. I want to buy this.
Some do,
Yeah,
and some don't.
yeah.
So for us, the goal is keep them fed, keep them educated and growing, meet their basic needs to the best of our ability. Obviously, we can't do everything, but
No,
me
but
and
you
Al-
try. You try.
We do. Me and I were talking last night, and I was like, I see so many local charities
Mm-hmm.
of every kind come through every day on Facebook just
Yeah.
for our little area. And it's
Just
like,
for this
how
area,
do you
yeah.
choose who to help
Animales
and what to do?
and-
Yes, I mean,
Red Cross, dog camp.
yeah. It's
You
like-
guys, of course.
It's like, how do
Health
you
and hospice
choose?
and,
Health and
all that,
Hospice is
yeah.
doing it.
So what I eventually, the conversation rolled around to, you find what you're passionate about, and whether you have $5 or 5 minutes, you do something.
Yeah.
You don't just think about it and talk about it, but you do something. And so
Yeah.
some people in
Every
this-
little bit helps.
Well,
Right.
some people have the financial resources.
Yeah.
Some of us have sweat labor and a little more time.
Yeah.
So if you need an organizer or a shipment, a ride, or
Someone
whatever.
go out and buy.
Right.
To get it
Or some
there.
people are just drivers. This next
Yeah.
load, what do we got? 10 cars going up?
We have
Yeah.
to. We
10
have so much
trucks.
stuff.
Yeah. SUVs going up.
You need the SUVs. You, need the 4x4s.
Yeah, you have to have.
Not a
vehicles.
little car. And that's the same thing that I've noticed with the Red Cross. The Red Cross has 2 pickup trucks and it's got the ambulance, and that's it.
Yeah.
The rest is donation, like families of the actual Red Cross volunteers that have pickup trucks or 4x4s, SUVs.
Right.
Yeah.
They're all pitching in, and the Red Cross is always looking for anybody that has a pickup truck. And I will try to always put when the Red Cross needs something on my Facebook.
Right, we've seen that, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if anybody can pitch in with, a pickup one day. I know they just went on Friday.
Yeah.
Was it Friday that they went to one of the communities? Can't remember which one now, to deliver bags and bags of food and other supplies, kits for babies, with the diapers and the food and the
And a
formula
lot of these
and
families, they are not accessible. I don't
Yeah.
care if you have a Humvee.
Yeah.
You're only getting so far.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
The
know,
rest is hoofing it.
The rest is
Yeah.
hoofing it because
Yeah.
there's no road. It's
Yeah.
just these are homes in the jungle. So all these vehicles will go as far as we can. My little all-wheel drive will get so far, and someone's got a Helix, and it'll go a little further.
Yeah.
But there's a demarcation line there where you just got to quit driving, and everything is carried up, and there's a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
And
Well, this time is slightly different because it's not just the food, it's food and presents. And so usually they walk to the school, they meet us at the school. We only have a couple trucks for the food bags, and
Right.
they come and get it. We keep our contact to ourselves, and everybody gets.
Right.
And it's mostly the moms that carry these like 40-pound food bags back home. but
They're used to it.
I know.
They carry gas
It's
tanks
amazing.
up. They carry everything up. Water sometimes they have to bring up from a river up to the house so that they can bathe and
Yeah.
wash and cook and all that.
So this time will be different because we're going to have so much stuff with the present aspect too, that we've had to enlist more drivers. And it just, you can send people to walk stuff up with you this time and not just one person. 'cause
Not just
you're
one,
not
yeah.
leaving with one bag.
Yeah.
So, but again, people are like, I'll drive, thank you.
And I understand that there's also an auction going on.
Okay, so the auction is now, so Angel Tree closed at the same time the auction opened technically, but it's all for the
Both are gonna be
same
open.
thing.
Okay.
Our goal is to keep them fed through March in hopes that by April everybody's back on track, but we'll see and assess that later. So the
Yeah.
auction is live through today. You can view the items live at Boulder 54. It's all set up, it's beautifully done. You can make your bids there, and today it's from 2 to 6. And then those bids are then going to be placed online and it's going to be online until the 10th.
Okay.
And so the 11th, all the winners are announced for everybody to coordinate getting their stuff and paying and everything.
paying and
And
getting that
that
money
should
so
give
that
us
you
the
can
money
get-
so that we can get through March.
And I'll post in the usual places where the auction's going to be, because I haven't
Okay.
quite decided if it's going to be an auction on Facebook, which has logistical problems, just
Yeah.
because Facebook isn't designed for that,
No, not really.
or an online auction site.
Okay.
I have the rest of today to figure that
to
out.
figure which one you're
Because
going to do.
it is
Yeah.
80 items. Now, please understand, these are 80 items by the local artisans here that have
Yeah.
made quilts and metal things and jewelry. And it's
donate
also the
to
local
gift baskets
restaurants
and,
have
yeah.
donated gift certificates. We have every
Chris Young has
different-
been great.
He's
Oh my
been
God, yes.
fantastic.
Chris Young, owner of Boulder 54, Big Daddy's,
Tap Out.
Tap
Yeah.
Out.
The sponsor of Boquete Now.
And
Saturday
Saturday
morning
Boquete
from-
But
now.
yeah, he's
has
been
awesome.
phenomenal working
he's
with us.
always, even when everything was shut down, we were under quarantine, and we kept the clinic open. And I was working during the day, and he would sometimes send over food, free food for us, because we're also working, and that was
Yeah.
great of him. His food is good. Don't count Chris out. Help him out. Also support your local businesses. I think it's great that you're able to support the local businesses with the Feed Estrella program.
It's called at this
Operation.
point.
Operation.
We're not
Feed
official.
Estrella.
Not
And
official.
Estrella is the
Estrella
community
Los
is
Valles.
it's Los Robles or something like it's a conglomeration of 3 or 4 tiny communities. What they have in common is these kids are all students of Escuela Estrella Los Valles. So Estrella is not the community. Estrella is a school that serves the community.
Okay.
And that was the best way, really, it's the best way to address the problems in these because some of these communities are 4 or 5 houses.
Right.
Some of them are 10 or 12. The biggest one, I think, has
But they
about-
managed to fit like 30 people inside one house.
Right,
Yes.
but all of them are attached to this school. Some of the parents work at the school, so the school is basically the focal point of that whole area.
I'm sure it's sort of like the social spot.
Right.
To go.
Yes.
It is a tight-knit community.
Yeah.
And so technically, at this point, I believe there are 52 registered students, but they all have siblings. Some of their parents work at the school, and so when everything got shut down, well, now nobody's working nowhere. Nobody
Nobody's
can get
working.
anywhere.
And really, you can't get out of some of these communities because, now maybe now that the rains are stopping or slowing down at least,
Hopefully.
hopefully, they can actually hoof it out of their communities to be able to look for work, to look for food and that kind of thing. But they haven't been able to get out. I mean, the stories that I heard when I went to some of these communities of how they were helping rescue their neighbors and walking down these mountains, losing
gosh,
family
yeah.
members, getting swept away.
Yep.
The injured that came in and said, I was helping this lady through and I slipped and smacked against a rock in a river. It's amazing.
Yeah.
The way they look out for each other.
It is, and so with some of them, we've already been told some families have had to move in together to share as many resources as possible. So when the first shutdown happened, not only were certain not working, but you have to remember when they limited buses and taxis and all that, well, none of them go up there anyway, but even if they walk all the way down where they can get transportation to get to a place of
Right.
work, that was very limited too, because
Yeah.
they don't go to these way outlying areas. They
Yeah.
stay in the mains.
Yeah.
So it's just like the
Mostly
perfect
farm
storm.
workers and things like that. Yeah.
Yes.
And unfortunately, those are the ones that got hit hardest with the COVID too, and they
Yes.
couldn't work if they were sick.
Yeah, and we have to be very careful too, because gotta
Yeah.
observe MINSA guidelines, because
Yeah.
we're going into an area that is has concentrated, COVID.
Right, because they don't necessarily observe the 6 foot rule. They don't even have masks because
Yeah, well,
they can't.
22 people in 2 rooms.
Yeah, it wouldn't matter anyway.
Yeah.
In that case. But yeah, we don't encourage anybody to go out there
No.
by themselves and deliver anything to the communities. You're putting yourself at risk. If
Absolutely.
you
Yeah.
happen to be an asymptomatic carrier, you're putting them at risk because
Right.
they do live in close quarters. So if one gets sick, then the rest are going to get sick.
Right.
And they don't have doctors. They don't have medical supplies. They don't even have transportation to get someone that's sick down to the hospital. It takes
Right.
days
Right.
to organize getting somebody out of there.
Yeah. So usually we are just 2 cars
Mm-hmm.
and very hands off and meet at the school, take your bag. This time will look different,
Uh-huh.
but still all of our volunteers are masked and we're going to wear gloves because
Okay.
we will be touching stuff.
Yes.
And we will be loading, and anybody who shows up may be walking because only one person can be in the vehicle with a mask to drive you as far as we can get.
Right.
So we're doing it as safe as possible.
Right.
But when you're dealing with this volume, it's really hard to think.
It's hard to coordinate because I know from our caravans with the Red Cross that sometimes you form a chain to unload and load up.
Right.
And you kind of have to get a little closer than 6 feet to pass something off, especially
Right.
if it's heavy. You
Right.
can't just like throw it and say here, catch.
Yeah.
So
We've got a system in place though. So our families have numbers,
Uh-huh.
and we have 4. We're doing the 3 schoolrooms in the lunchroom.
Okay.
So like family 1 through 10, their bags are going to be set out and numbered. You go get your stuff. You take it
Okay,
to a truck
perfect.
if you need assistance.
Yeah.
You go here. So all rooms are going to have numbered families, so we don't have that congestion all
Great.
coming in. We're trying to be as safe as possible.
Great. That's what we want. We just want everybody to be as safe as possible, but they're not going to get any better if they can't have food. If they don't have nutrition, you can't fight off
It's like a
illness.
vicious cycle, but you
Yeah.
find ways to do it safely,
Yeah,
and it's a lot of coordination.
you do your best.
And again, gloves. I know that that's not part of the Protect Panama.
Yeah.
But we are going to be.
But as we're
Touching them.
loading
Yeah.
and unloading, we got the gloves.
Gloves, yeah. And that's what you want. Just full protection, full gear. Of course, when you get home, you definitely want to strip, throw everything in the wash, take a shower,
Yep.
clean yourself up. There's no reason not to. It might be overkill, but there's no reason not to.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
The
if you're
amount of sweat we're gonna do, we're gonna need a shower
you're
anyway.
gonna need a shower. You're gonna get muddy. You're gonna get bitten by mosquitoes,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
well, maybe not up there, mosquitoes.
There are bitey things. Up
Yeah.
There are.
Okay.
We've hung out and played with them back when they were in school and we were allowed. We've hung out and played. And yeah, you leave with some bites.
Yeah,
I don't know, it's
and
mosquitoes.
scrapes. You don't know how you get them, the scrapes, the bruises, and everything else. But
Yeah.
yeah, and usually covered head to foot in mud.
Dirt,
Dirt.
dust,
That does
grime,
happen a lot.
Yeah.
Even the cars. I mean, when you got the AC on, if you got the AC on, or even just the vent, it's pulling in dust and dirt. You have to clean out your air filters as soon as you get back. It's
No doubt.
yeah. It's really, really out there, and it does get cold, and these kids need blankets, and
It
they need
does.
clothing and jackets, and
I don't think a
Everything
lot
I
of
bought
people-
was long pants,
Yeah.
and warmer shirts.
Yeah.
I made sure the families I shop for, every child got an outfit, including
Mm-hmm.
a pack of 3 socks, and at least 1 toy. Now, some people gave me more money and you could get more, but I
Right.
made sure at least every child had an outfit.
yeah.
People don't understand. A lot of people don't realize how cold it gets up there. And I
It gets
didn't.
cold.
I had Brandy Gregory on the show, several times. But the first time I had her on, it was on behalf of
Knitters and
the
quilters.
knitters and quilters.
Right.
Where they make the, and she told me that up far where a lot of those people are, it gets down into the 30s and 40s at night.
Wow.
And they're coming to them with their babies, wrapped in newspaper and tarps, and
Yeah.
they don't. We're here, and what's the coldest it gets here?
Yeah.
22, 21, 23.
Well, it can get down. I've seen
To the
it 17,
teens.
18.
Yeah, but it gets down.
It gets much
yeah,
colder
12,
there.
13.
Yeah,
it,
it does.
it gets freezing up there
Yeah.
sometimes, especially when you go really, really high.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the wind factor is a
Yeah.
big thing, and it
So
gets windy there.
Blanket, shoes, socks,
Yeah.
all that stuff. Yeah, it's definitely needed.
Yeah, definitely need
Warm and drinkable water too.
bottled water, baby formula, milk.
Yeah, we send Pampers and
yeah.
formula and to several families. We just
Yeah.
make sure we
And
do what we can.
If anybody can afford to donate Pediasure, that's a great supplement
Right.
since they're probably not getting 3 meals a day.
Probably not.
Pediasure will help with the vitamins, minerals, and give them a little bit more energy and brain power, so to speak. Your brain needs food to work. I know you've got a place to be, and I think my next guests have arrived in that pickup truck over there. That are from the Red Cross, is the
Yes.
director of the Red Cross and some
Are
of the
they
other
waiting
volunteers.
for us to move so they can come here?
Sure, I don't know if they see that they can come over,
We're all waving
not.
over here.
but we're waving to them.
Okay,
and
here
saying,
they
yeah,
come.
here we go,
All
here we
right,
go.
I'm going to get up now and
Thank you,
Okay.
Dr.
Thanks for
Shannon.
having
Thank
us
you so
on.
much for coming and telling us about the what do we call it?
Operation Feed Estrella.
Feed Estrella.
We have a Facebook page and all that, so anybody's welcome to go and read up on what we're doing.
Go to the Facebook page, look for Feed Estrella,
It's Operation Feed Estrella.
Operation Feed Estrella on Facebook, and see how you can help out in your community. Thank you very
Thank
much,
you
Dave.
much.
Thank you, Al. Ok, ahora vamos a cambiar el idioma a español. Voy a hacer mi mejor esfuerzo en traducir de vez en cuando lo que está explicando el Dr. Ríos, que es el director de la Cruz Roja Comité de Boquete. Buenos días.
Muy buenos días.
Han estado un poco ocupados ahí en la base de la Cruz Roja, de la Escuela de los Naranjos, recibiendo donaciones. Hoy es un día muy importante.
Sí, hoy es un día muy importante. En primer lugar, para felicitar a todos los voluntarios de la Cruz Roja desde nuestra frontera de Costa Rica hasta nuestra frontera con Colombia y a nivel mundial, porque a nivel mundial celebramos hoy el Día del Voluntariado. Feliz día a todos nuestros voluntarios y especialmente a los del distrito de Boquete que se encuentran hoy en Bambito. Hoy están llevando ayuda humanitaria a Bambito, al distrito de Tierras Altas.
Today is International Volunteers Day, as we have said, and today is a very special, important day for all the volunteers, and we'd like to thank all the volunteers for the Red Cross. Currently, they're bringing humanitarian aid over to the area of Bambito, and we'd like to thank them for making that trip to Bambito to make sure that everybody gets what they need.
Sí, bueno, tenemos una comunidad boqueteña preparada. Lo que fortalece a la Cruz Roja es las mismas personas de la comunidad que se inscriban voluntariamente a la Cruz Roja para formar parte de esa gran familia de la Cruz Roja a nivel mundial.
The Red Cross here in Boquete is celebrating not only the current volunteers that they have, but also looking to have other volunteers join the Red Cross family, not only here in Panama, but you're representing the International Red Cross in the entire world. Come join the family. We need professionals and any other kind of volunteers. ¿Quién puede inscribir como voluntario?
Bueno, nosotros dentro de la Cruz Roja tenemos diferentes organismos. Si son jóvenes de 8 a 25 años, son parte del movimiento de lo que llamamos el organismo de juventud a nivel nacional e internacional. Si son damas profesionales o no profesionales, pero quieren prestar su servicio dentro de la Cruz Roja, pueden entonces formar parte de las damas voluntarias de la Cruz Roja. Si tienes experiencia de rescate y quieres formar como rescatista, ya formación con respaldo de un perro de rescate, te ayudamos también a formar eso y formamos parte entonces del cuerpo de organismo voluntario de CASAR, de la Cruz Roja panameña. Si quieres ser rescatista, bueno, eres parte del organismo de los socorristas. Si quieres ser rescatista más profesional en un momento dado de la Cruz Roja, entonces formas parte del organismo de legionario. Y si eres médico y quieres prestar servicios, forma parte del cuerpo médico, como es la doctora Shannon, que está con nosotros y forma parte del organismo, pues, del cuerpo médico de la Cruz Roja. a todos ellos y a usted también en este día, porque usted es voluntaria que ha participado con nosotros en todos los eventos aquí que hemos tenido del huracán ETA y del huracán Iota, y después pues en las ayudas que hemos dado. El jueves nos encontrábamos en Valle La Mina, en Hornito. Fuimos con una caravana de 5 vehículos ahí de la Cruz Roja a ayudar a 100 familias. A 100 familias le dimos kit de alimentación, kit de aseo, lo que son sábanos, lo que fueron almohadas, lo que fueron kit de agua, una reserva para una semana. Eso es lo que hicimos el día jueves. Hoy estamos llegando a Bambito con la misma ayuda para fortalecer y ayudar a más de 100 familias en el área de Bambito.
Okay, so we're talking about who can volunteer for the Red Cross here in Boquete. Anyone can volunteer, foreigners can volunteer, locals. There are different types of volunteers. There's the youth volunteers, which is from 8 years old on to 23 years old. And then there is the Ladies Auxiliary of the Red Cross. There is the general volunteers that can do anything from being professionals that are volunteering to just regular volunteers that want to help out. There is also the search and rescue group, and you do get trained in search and rescue, and you go out with the teams to do search and rescue. They also have the ability to train search and rescue volunteers with animals, with dogs, to help hunt missing people. They have been out on Thursday. They went to go serve 100 families there in the area of Hornito, which is going towards Bocas del Toro, and that's a very difficult to reach community at the moment because the bridge went out and they have to cross a river. They went out with 5 cars and they delivered humanitarian aid to that community. So if you feel the desire to do something within the community, then go to the Red Cross and sign up.
Bueno, sí, queremos agradecerle a toda la comunidad de Boquete porque ha ayudado a la Cruz Roja. La Cruz Roja recibe donaciones y esas donaciones la Cruz Roja las hace llegar a las personas que fueron afectadas en este momento por el huracán Iota y por el huracán ETA. Y queremos agradecer a la población estadounidense residente en Boquete porque nos ha ayudado grandemente. A la Cruz Roja, a las empresas, a los empresarios que han creído y creen en la Cruz Roja para poder llegar a los que en un momento dado el huracán Iota y ETA afectaron y los han dejado sin nada en estos momentos, ayudando a todos en lo que sea necesario. Podemos hacer contacto con la gente que está en Bambito. ¿En Bambito?
Uh-huh.
¿Sí?
Sí.
Buenos
días.
Buenos días.
Sí, buenos días. Habla la secretaria de la Junta Directiva y ahora mismo estamos camino hacia Bambito a hacer llegar las donaciones que han sido a las poblaciones que han sido afectadas y bueno, ¿cuántos vehículos hay en esa ayuda humanitaria que hoy es día del día del voluntariado y la ayuda humanitaria de la Cruz Roja Panameña que va en ayuda, ¿no? Sí, vamos 3 vehículos, 3 pick-up con alimentos, solamente lo que es alimentos.
¿Cuántos de esos vehículos son de la Cruz Roja de Boquete?
Los tres vehículos son de la Cruz Roja y dos de Boquete y uno de David. Así que sí, vamos hacia la población a llevar esta ayuda humanitaria.
Uh-huh. Okay, so gracias. ¿Están en camino para Bambito? ¿No han llegado?
No, estamos en camino.
Okay, y son 5 vehículos que van para Bambito para entregar las bolsas de comida, ropa, kit de bebé y todo.
Sí, señor.
Ajá. ¿Y cuántos son los damnificados ahí?
Bueno, con exactitud no sabría decirle. Con el compañero Eliezer, él sí le puede dar el detalle.
Ajá, okay.
De la cantidad de personas que hay.
Eliezer va en otro vehículo.
Sí, Eliezer va en el otro vehículo, así que no sé si
Ah, okay, está bien.
Sí.
Okay, so what we were talking
Gracias.
about just now, we have one of the volunteers that's in one of the vehicles that is on the way to Bambito. They are traveling in a caravan of about 5 vehicles, and they are carrying bags of food, cleaning products, baby items for all the kids, probably some toys in there too, food, milk, water. There are still a lot of people that have nothing in the area. Also in our area, we're still helping out here with the Red Cross to feed those in this area as well. But right now, the mission is to go to Bambito. We'd like to thank all those volunteers that are taking all their time to go to the different hard-to-reach areas to deliver assistance, humanitarian aid, medical aid, what have you, today in the International Day of the Volunteer.
Sí, bueno, nosotros queremos invitar, ahora que se acerca la estación seca, a todos los jóvenes residentes en el distrito de Boquete, a que participe parte del convivio de lo que llamamos nosotros Verano Feliz de la Cruz Roja, que vamos a montar un verano feliz. Vamos a hacer las inscripciones ahora a finales del mes de diciembre para tener a los jóvenes entretenidos en el verano. Hay que entretener a nuestra población para que no se vaya por el camino del mal, sino para que sirva en un momento dado y se beneficie en estos momentos en que tenemos muchos problemas. Han acudido mucho en este año 2020, como estamos viviendo todavía el COVID-19, que tenemos que tener las medidas de bioseguridad, mantenernos a través de la burbuja familiar, evitar salir a hacer compras en estos momentos, no ir todos los días a la calle, lavarnos las manos constantemente con agua y jabón y gel, alcoholada o simplemente alcohol puro, para evitar el COVID-19 que se ha incrementado a raíz de las tormentas estas que hemos tenido y que se han convertido en huracanes. Hemos sido fuertemente azotados bajo las inclemencias del tiempo y el COVID-19, así que esperamos pues que esa vacuna se encuentre rápido para que poder volver
Así es.
a la vida como antes.
Ajá. Bueno, no sé si algún día vamos a volver a la normalidad completamente, pero por ahora esperamos que sale ese vacuna rápido.
Exacto.
So what we're talking about is, now that we're going into summer, there is a summer program with the Red Cross for the children in the area to participate, stay out of the streets, get some exercise, get some fresh air, learn values, participate with in activities with the Red Cross, so that they have something to do, observing obviously all the measures put forth by the MINSA, the Ministry of Health. And we're hoping that the vaccine will be out very soon, that we can all get vaccinated and start getting back to a little bit more of a normal life soon. But that's going to take a while, obviously. But meanwhile, we just have to be patient.
Bueno, sí, vuelvo de nuevo a agradecerle a la comunidad estadounidense que nos apoyó bastantemente en las donaciones y hacer llegar esas donaciones que hemos llevado desde el primer día. Y con la ayuda suya, que fuimos también, doctora, allá a donde estaban el albergue de Río Sereno, hicimos entrega de alimentos, aquí de frazada, aquí de aseo, de las necesidades que un momento necesitaba la gente, y procedimos también a los albergues en Bambito que había en aquel entonces, a los albergues también que había en Guadalupe, allá en Cerro Punta, y se hizo entrega. Estamos llegando a todos los rincones en un momento dado. Este jueves vuelvo a repetir, estuvimos en Valle La Mina, ahí ayudamos a más de 100 personas. Hoy tenemos también la misma misión en Bambito, ayudar a aquellos que en un momento dado han pasado por esa inclemencia del tiempo, pero todo lo hacemos a través de la donación, de lo que el pueblo panameño, en este caso el pueblo boqueteño, los residentes estadounidenses aquí, que han sido significativos, la ayuda de ellos, repito, y gracias a ellos logramos también arreglar los vehículos de la Cruz Roja, que es lo que nos permite hoy en día llegar a las poblaciones que más lo necesitan, porque no teníamos los vehículos al día gracias a las donaciones al Club Rotario.
Al Club Rotario, sí,
Ajá.
ellos eran uno de los clubes que donaron para ayudar a alimentar los diferentes pueblos, tanto en Volcán, en Boquete, en Bambito, en Hornito. We would like to thank, Dr. Rios would like to thank all of the people that donated, including the Rotary Club of Boquete, including all the expats out there that took the time to donate clothing, food, money, resources, anything that they could to help this be a success. We couldn't have done it without you. I know everybody's been donating to all the different causes, and we appreciate that. And still, if you have any help to give, either helping, if you have a 4x4, if you have an SUV that can make it to harder to reach areas or where we deliver humanitarian aid, you're welcome to stop by, find out when the next caravan is going, and help out if you can. Or just simply bring donations by. The office is in the public market in front of Romero on the side where the buses go, and you can drop off your donations there.
Sí, bueno, muy agradecido con todo el pueblo boqueteño porque nos ha permitido llegar a los damnificados de la región de Hornito, de la región de Tierras Altas, de Río Sereno, ayudándoles al 100%, y esa gran ayuda ellos también la agradecen, y así tenemos los videos que cuando vamos y ellos están agradeciéndoles por la ayuda esa que tenemos. Y seguimos entonces con las actividades de la Cruz Roja, seguimos con las inscripciones a todo el que quiera ser y formar parte de la gran familia de la Cruz Roja a través de su profesionalismo, a través de un momento dado. Cualquier profesión dentro de la Cruz Roja es útil, porque si es un ingeniero, un arquitecto, de repente nos puede ayudar para hacer evaluaciones estructurales. Toda profesión es importante dentro de la Cruz Roja, porque nos ayuda a garantizar el trabajo que hacemos, y damos un trabajo voluntario, pero que nos ayuda cuando vemos a aquellas personas que están sufriendo, pero que cuando llega la Cruz Roja empiezan a sonreír, se sienten seguras cuando ven esa Cruz Roja. Eso es lo que buscamos en un momento, aliviar el dolor de los que están sufriendo.
First of all, he would like to thank all the volunteers for the Red Cross, both here in Boquete and the rest of the province, especially for their professionalism and for their help during all these months. They've been working hard. They've been very professional in their work. They've alleviated a lot of suffering in our communities. Those that have been without homes, without food, without medical care, have seen the Red Cross come into their communities, and you'll actually see a smile when we drive up, and it's really heartwarming to see, and all of your help has gone to a good cause. Any professional can volunteer, including architects, engineers. Sometimes we need someone to evaluate structural abnormalities that might make a building unsafe in an area that's been hit hard by rain, by flooding, whatever, the hurricane that came through. We can use any type of professional. We'll find a way to put your skills to use. Come volunteer.
Como no, me acuerdo, doctora Shannon, cuando fuimos allá a donde estaban los damnificados, allá en Volcán de Río Sereno, y nos echan el cuento nos dijeron pues que ahí habían 4 enfermeras, y yo dije, qué bien, 4 enfermeras, y al ratito nos dicen, bueno, ¿nos puede prestar el médico que usted que anda con ustedes, que es usted? Y yo dije, bueno, si habían 4 enfermeras, me imaginaba que había un médico también con ellos ahí,
pero a veces no hay médico.
No hay médico, sí, entonces
a veces ni hay enfermeras.
Ajá, entonces a usted le tocó hacer la evaluación, por eso la felicitamos, esa es la ayuda que en conjunto estamos dando, y hoy en día, el Día del Voluntariado, felicidades a ustedes, a usted principalmente, porque siempre cuando la solicitamos, ahí está para darnos la mano, cuando le solicitamos evaluaciones médicas y eso, ahí está. Gracias a usted por esa contribución.
Gracias. Hago el intento. Si yo puedo ayudar de alguna manera, sea o consiguiendo más donaciones o ir a los afectados a evaluar los pacientes, donde puedo, yo estoy a la orden. He's thanking all the volunteers, the medical people as well that have reached out and volunteered with the Red Cross, including myself, that have gone to the communities. When they go to the different communities, sometimes there's no doctor, there's no nurses. Recently, they went to Rio Sereno, and they did have 4 nurses, but no doctor. And they've been asking for, do you have a doctor? Can you lend us a doctor? I would go everywhere if I could. Unfortunately, there's only one of me, so it makes it a little bit more difficult.
Cómo no, esa solidaridad del pueblo boqueteño que ha tenido con los afectados del huracán ETA y Iota, ha sido magnífica, tenemos ahí las fotos, ahí estamos publicándolas en Facebook para que nos sigan y ustedes puedan apreciar que esa ayuda que ustedes nos dan ha llegado, y sobre todo a los que patrocinaron la ayuda de los vehículos. Ahí están los vehículos que son los que permiten llevar la donación en un momento dado, porque acuérdense que la Cruz Roja es una organización no gubernamental, no es una institución del gobierno, sino es una ONG, y auxiliar de los poderes públicos en un momento dado, a través de se vive a través de la donación, y a través de esa donación se la hacemos llegar a aquellos que en un momento dado la necesitan y están pasando por momentos trágicos en la vida en ese momento.
There is a Facebook page for the Red Cross of Boquete, where they're publishing all the photos of all the humanitarian aid that has been going out. Look up the Facebook page. It's Cruz Roja Comité Local Boquete. On Facebook, they're publishing some of the photos. Once again, thank you to the community. This is a non-governmental organization. It requires the help of the community itself to be of service to the community. So thank you again to all the volunteers. Anybody that's interested in volunteering should go to the Red Cross office. Once again, the Red Cross office is in the public market in Boquete, in front of Romero Supermarket. Donate, come volunteer, sign up, put in your application to sign up. Wherever we can use you, we'll let you know. If you want to be trained in something special like search and rescue, that is available as well.
Sí, ya tenemos para empezar en enero con los cursos de capacitación para formar rescatistas en un momento dado, a todos los que han ingresado, porque quiero agradecer al pueblo de Boquete porque han ingresado bastantes personas que querían prestarse y están prestando su servicio dentro de la Cruz Roja. A ellos les tenemos una capacitación, igual todo aquel que se inscriba antes del 30 de diciembre, porque arrancamos en la primera semana de enero en lo que es cursos de primeros auxilios, natación y rescate básico, lo que es cursos de rescatista de montaña y de selva, para tener preparados. También tenemos ascensos al volcán Barú para todos aquellos que en un momento dado quieran inscribirse en la Cruz Roja, y el verano feliz de la Cruz Roja con los jóvenes que se inscriban también en la Cruz Roja. Tenemos para todo un momento dado la capacitación.
So you have until the end of December 30th, if you want to sign up for training in first aid, water safety, be a volunteer, learn search and rescue. Also sign up for Verano Feliz, Happy Summer, with the activities that they're planning for the children in our community. And once again, thank you very much for all the support in the community. And we will be waiting for you at the Red Cross office in Boquete, in front of Romero, in the public market.
Así es. Ahí estamos ubicados, ahí la Cruz Roja está ubicada, ahí esperando. Y queremos agradecerle también a la profesora Ruth, a la directora de la Escuela de los Naranjos, Octavio López Pascal, que ha prestado las instalaciones como centro de acopio de la Cruz Roja. Ahí tenemos y a la Policía Nacional, que también está prestando el servicio de seguridad en hora de la noche al centro de acopio que tenemos en Los Naranjos. Gracias a todo, en realidad todo el pueblo boqueteño ha salido a ayudar de una manera u otra. Estamos ahí ayudando a través de nuestro lema, ayúdanos para ayudar y hacia la paz por amor a la humanidad.
Okay. So once again, he would like to send a thank you out to the director of the school, Professor Ruth, in Los Naranjos. There is the center where they are storing all of the donations over there. They would also like to thank the Panamanian police for their services at the donation center, as well as protecting the members of the Red Cross. Thank you again to all the community that have donated and helped out in some way within the community, and to remember that the community needs you to help the rest of the community. Muchas gracias, doctor, por venir al programa de hoy para hablar un poco sobre el Día Internacional de los Voluntarios, dar gracias a los voluntarios en el día de hoy que ha ayudado al pueblo durante todos estos meses, durante todo el año, en realidad.
Como no, gracias a usted, doctora Shannon, que es nuestra voluntaria estrella. Gracias a usted, que siempre nos anda ayudando y en los programas también, y cuando la solicitamos para evaluaciones médicas, giras médicas, giras de ayuda humanitaria. Gracias a usted y gracias a todos los voluntarios que forman parte de la Cruz Roja Panameña Comité Local de Boquete. Muchas gracias a todos y gracias al pueblo boqueteño por ayudarnos a ayudar. Gracias a todos.
A la orden. Gracias, muchas gracias. Hasta luego. Bendiciones.
Gracias.
Amén, gracias a ustedes.
Y tenemos aquí a una de mis personas favoritas en el pueblo, de restaurante brasileirísimo. Uf, algún día voy a decirlo bien.
Brasileirísimo, muy fácil, no es difícil. Só hablar más despacio. Brasileirísimo.
Brasileirísimo.
Exacto, brasileirísimo. Bueno, primero, felicitaciones a todos los voluntarios, inclusive usted.
Gracias.
Yo miré cuando fui llevar donaciones Los Naranjos, tú estaba allá adelante a coordenar, a trabajar. Gloria a Dios, que siempre levanta personas que tienen amor al prójimo. El mundo necesita de personas así, que tengan amor al prójimo. El mundo sería muy diferente si las personas dedicasen un poco de su tiempo para hacer el bien para la persona que no conoce. Porque muchos quieren hacer el bien para quien conoce, ¿no? Es bueno hacer el bien para quien usted no conoce, que Dios va a recompensarte. Felicitaciones a todos los voluntarios de Boquete, de Chiriquí, del mundo todo. Que Dios siga bendiciendo cada uno con salud, que el ángel del Señor pueda guardar la vida de cada uno y librarlos de todo malo, porque sabemos que el voluntario está siempre a socorrer a alguno, a ayudar a alguno en momentos de dificultad, entonces tiene peligro. Entonces que Dios pueda guardar y proteger todos, que Jesucristo bendice la vida de cada uno, ¿no? Amén.
Muchas gracias, amén.
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 Bueno, hoy está un sábado muy hermoso en Boquete, ¿no? Qué sábado lindo.
It's a beautiful day.
Boquete is beautiful.
Una brisa, the
muy
breeze,
sol,
soleado,
la
lots of sun.
Un día excelente para venir a Boquete y probar las delicias de pizzería y restaurante brasileirísimo.
Pizza, pizza,
pasta, carnes, pescados, deditos de pollo, deditos de pescado, pan con crema de ajo y queso, variedad de salsa. Mira, tenemos un menú nuevo con varias pizzas nuevas. Pizza boqueteña,
new pizzas.
Pizza chiriquí, muy rica.
Boquete pizza, chiriquí pizza,
sí,
pastas, chicken fingers, fish fingers, meat,
muy
lots
delicioso.
of sauces.
Sí, muchas delicias para que prueben. Si tú por acaso no puedes venir, pida. No quero salir hoje. Pida em 6546-5663. Temos delivery todos os dias, de 11 da manhã até as 10 da noite. 6546-5663. Pida e levamos até sua casa as delícias de Brasileirísimo.
So if they don't want to leave their house, 10 a.m. to 11 p.m. delivery.
Exacto.
And the phone number?
6546-5663. The number? 6546-5663. Very easy para recordar. Entonces, invito a ustedes que tienen la mamá, o que é la mamá, que los días de mamá está a chegar em martes. Venga para
Mother's
descansar
Day.
de la cocina. Não vá para a estufa o dia de la mamá. Los hijos tienen que llevar a mamá para comer algo diferente, gostoso. Venga y trae su mamá para probar nuestras delicias en Pizzería Brasileirísimo. Y tenemos un regalo para mamá. Los postres de la mamá es por nuestra cuenta. Entonces, la mamá viene para comer con los hijos. Los postres de mamá es por nuestra cuenta. Entonces, la mamá va a ganar el postre el día de la mamá. Y venga con su mamá a probar las delicias. Pastas, pizzas, carnes, pescados, camarones, pescado con camarones, pasta con camarones, pizza con camarones. Venga a provar filete mignon parmesana, filete mignon em la plancha com legumes, com vegetales, filete mignon a parmesano, que é muito rico, como hacemos em Brasil. Tu já provaste o filete mignon a parmesano nuestro?
No.
Oh, entonces hoy voy a llevar para que pruebe.
Muchas
Hoy
gracias.
tiene que probar el filete mignon, muy bueno. Y te va a gustar. Venga a comer
Filet
con
mignon.
su mamá. Sí, venga a comer con
Estilo
mamá.
Estilo brasileirísimo.
Exacto, y va a gustar mucho. No es porque es nuestro, pero tiene un sabor bueno. Porque tu comida tiene que hacer que tenga un sabor bueno. Pero la comida de Brasil tiene diversidad de temperos, de sabores. Entonces, venga a probar y va a gustar mucho. Y Día de la Mamá, lleve a su mamá para que pruebe nuestras delicias al día o entonces a la noche, porque el Día de Mamá es de día y de noche. Entonces, si al día fue...
Día de la mamá todos los días.
Sí, pero hay un día para conmemorar especial. Y no olvide del regalo, mira. Tiene que levar a mamá para almoçar ou cenar fora e não olvidar del regalo, né, irmã?
So all of you out there, Mother's Day, go and support our local businesses. Brasileirísimo is offering a free dessert for the mothers on Mother's Day, which is on martes. It's on Tuesday. It's on Tuesday. So go order out. If you're obviously not able to leave your house, or you shouldn't leave your house, then order in and they will deliver from 10 a.m. until 11 p.m. and I can tell you that it actually gets there nice and hot and on time. Thank you very much for coming and giving us your menu. Disfruta su fin de semana. Muchas gracias.
Amén. Muchas gracias a todos. Saludos a todos. Y que Dios bendiga a todos. Y que tengamos un final de semana muy bendecido por el Señor. Y venga a pasear en Boquete, probar el clima y las delicias de Brasileirísimo. Bendiciones a todos.
I'm Dr. Shannon Tour. This has been Talking with Your Doctor. Today we are celebrating the day of the International Day of the Volunteer. Thanks to everybody in the community that has volunteered their time, their money, their expertise to the different organizations all through Boquete. Support them. Support your local restaurants. We'll be back next week from 10 to 11 a.m. And now that I've returned from Panama, I am available for patients, okay, from Monday through Saturday. 4 to 6 or 4 to 7 p.m. I should say. You can contact me by WhatsApp to make an appointment. 6507-4299. Thank you very much, and everybody have a wonderful weekend.